Good day, everyone. My name is Niño Flores, and we will be having a brief study about psychology. So, what is psychology? Psychology is the scientific study of mind and behavior. Psychology includes the study of conscious and unconsciousness phenomena, so including the feelings and thoughts. It is an academic discipline of immense scope and crossing the boundaries between the natural and social sciences. The mind is highly complex, and conditions that relate to it can be hard to treat, like throughout the processes, emotions, memories, dreams, perceptions, and so on. Cannot be seen physically like skin rush or heart defect. So that's all. And so let's proceed to the ones who put through this field. So I'm going to focus on who is the first psychologist we need to know. So Wilhelm Wundt is the first psychologist and the man most commonly identified as the father of psychology. Wundt is bestowed with distinction because of his information and the world's first experimental psychology lab, which is usually noted as the official start of psychology and as the separate of distinct science. So let's focus on the life of Wilhelm Wundt. And Wilhelm Wundt was a German psychologist who established the very first psychology laboratory in Leipzig, Germany in 1879. This event is widely recognized as the formal establishment of psychology as the science distinct from biology and philosophy. He is often associated with the school of structuralism, although it was his student Edward B. Titchener who was truly responsible for the formation of the school of psychology. Wundt also developed a research technique known as introspection, in which highly trained observers would study and report the content of their own thoughts. So, what are the beliefs of Wilhelm Wundt? Wundt believed in reductionism. That is, he believed consciousness could be broken down or reduced to its basic elements without sacrificing any of the properties of the whole. Wundt argued conscious mental states that could be scientifically studied using introspection. And what are Wundt's special codes or famous codes? We speak of virtue, honor, reason, but our through does not translate any of these conceptions of substance. What is the meaning of this? Means the distinguishing characteristics of mind are of the subjective sort, and we know them only from the contents of our own consciousness. And what are the contributions of Wilhelm Wundt? So, Wundt wrote the Principles of Psychological Psychology in 1874, which helped establish experimental procedures in psychological research. And after taking up positions at the University of Leipzig, Wundt founded the first experimental psychology lab in the world. And Wundt is often associated with the theoretical perspective known as the structuralism, which involves describing the structures that compose the mind. And Wundt also established the psychology journal at Philosophical Studies. And that's my benefaction on this content. But let's hear more to our next presenter that will be take over in this video in a bit. Thank you. Bye.
Alright, so hi everyone. I'm gonna be providing you some types of psychology. So there are actually different types of psychology that serve different purposes. There's no fixed way of classifying them, but here are some of the common types. So we do have a clinical psychology integrates science, theory, and practice in order to understand, predict, and relieve problems with adjustments, disabilities, and discomfort. And we do have also a cognitive psychology that investigates internal mental processes such as problem solving, memory, learning, and language. And it looks at how people think, perceive, and communicate, remember, and learn. We do have developmental psychology as well as one of the common types. This is a scientific study of systematic psychological changes that a person experiences over the lifespan, often referred to as a human development. Evolutionary psychology is one of the common types as well. We do have the forensic, health, and neuropsychology, as well as occupational psychology, social psychology, and other branches include military, consumer, educational, cross-cultural, and environmental psychology. And actually, the number of branches continues to grow. Alright, so for the impacts and contributions of psychology into society, psychology contributes to a better understanding of the aims of education by defining them, making them clear, and by limiting them, showing us what we can be done and what cannot. Essentially, psychology helps people in large part because it can actually explain why people act the way they do. With this kind of professional insight or with this kind of profession, a psychologist can help improve their decision making, stress management, and behavior based on understanding past behaviors to better predict the future behaviors. And today, actually, the government recognizes that psychology has an important role to play in the country's development, whether that means helping citizens cope with rapid economic change or helping employers choose the most suitable employees. And how can psychology improve our lives? Actually, this helps us for motivation, leadership, communication, emotional intelligence, decision making, memory, money management, of course, academic success, as well as productivity and health. Alright, so that's it for our psychology presentation. Thank you very much for watching this video.